place, and we're doing the Sutton United Challenge. See how we can get on today. It's the start of our new season. We're in the National League, and it's not been a great summer, but we'll see how it goes. Right, so the summer was spent getting rid of a number of players. There's players that have got contracts that are expiring, so we wanted to cash in on them. And then there were some players that we just didn't want. There's still some players at the club we don't want. They're on too much money. But the news is we are, according to the bookies, 13-1, outsiders 13th in the long list. We are facing Woking in our first game, who are 12-1, outsiders as well. The Dream 11, we've got Foster and Muller in it, but the best players is Bond, Nartley, Cottrell, Medine, etc. Our first best one is Muller, and then we have to scroll a long way down to find French, who is well behind Caprice apparently. So that's the media. That was the bookies. The media have us a 9th place finish, so it doesn't look too bad there. And our key player, of course, is Hayden Muller. Transfers, we did do one further player in, and that was Elliot Jenks. He is a defensive or central midfielder. We've signed him from Barton Barnet, and it was a £21,500 fee. The scouts were very up on him, giving him A+ potential, so we'll see. It does say that he's got potential to be a Sky 1 League player, so all being well, we can develop him, and we're going to have to develop players. We brought in a lot of youngsters from the big sides. They are sitting in our squad, so they're going to be the ones that are really going to battle and push us forward. We do have a couple of players that we're trying to bring in on loan. We'll just see if anything happens there. So Tom Davis and Jack Wells Morrison are the two that we're trying to bring in at the moment. We did try to bring in Alfie Chang, but that was rejected. He's gone to Barnet, so he went to Barnet, so we brought in their player, Jenks. Right, that's that. I'll get the team picked, and we'll get our first game of the season underway. Here we go to start the season then. We have Foster in goal, French, Muller, Grimes and Ransom as the back four, Jenks sits in front, Arter and Williamson make up the central midfield, Miller and Coley on the wings, and Andrews is our striker. We have a number of youngsters on the bench. The two Man United ones we signed, Lavery, where did we get him from? Sunderland. And I believe he was our own player. So, yeah, 4 youngsters on the bench, along with Dino Vaz, who's only 20 himself, but played a few games last season. So that's the team. We certainly need some reinforcements. We could do with getting rid of 1 or 2 players, free up some wage space so we can bring some more in. So that's basically what I'm working on at the moment. And we'll start the season and see how we get on against Woking, who are playing a 4-4-2. We've had the better of the play so far. 2 shots, 1 on target. Yay. Here we go, 4 shots, 1 on target now. So we're not hitting the target at all. Coley, sensible to the near post. Andrews gets on it. Somehow that's gone in the back of the net. No, it's not. Arter's straight offside apparently. Coley with a long throw to Andrews. Back to Coley. Coley gets to the byline. Cuts back, finds Miller. Miller goes to the byline himself. Crosses, Andrews is there. Josh Andrews, the 6'5" big man striker, scores and does his little dance out by the corner flag. His second goal in a space of a few moments. But this is good work from Miller. Tees it up, a nice hanging cross, and allows Andrews to attack it. 2 headed goals in the space of 2 minutes. 1 of them counts. Miller booked and tired. we can get him to run around for the first 10 minutes of the second half, that'll be handy before he makes way, and we'll let one of the youngsters come on. So French to Miller. Miller, his last piece of action for the game. He gets in, he floats a cross up, but it's dealt with by the Woking defence. Arter finds Coley, who hangs the ball up towards the back post, and there's Andrews again. The big man leaps like a salmon, gets his head onto the ball. All he had to do was get his head onto the ball because it was an open goal. The keeper was left stranded. Great bit of play from Miller to begin that with, and now we can take him off and let Missing come on for his debut. So I feel this season is going to be a lot of youngsters coming on for their debuts, playing hopefully a lot of minutes as well. So Williamson shouldn't really be playing in this position. It was only because one of our youngsters got injured that we've had to play in there. So Asa Gordon come on from him, and Wheatley will have his debut as well. He can be an advanced forward, so we'll play slightly differently because there is quite difference in size between the two of them. He's 6'1" against Andrews, 6'5" with his 16 jumping reach, 13 heading. So a good first 60 minutes or so. Here's Arter now. He shoots. Could have been a great goal. Keeper made a save. Coley's going to take the corner. Whacks it in towards the middle. No Josh Andrews there anymore, which is the big shame. The big man could quite well have gotten to the end of that one. He's Woking now attacking down the right. Ward comes back to Winter, back to Ward, into the box. He squares it, and it looked to me like the two strikers got in their own way. A number of tired legs all across the team, but can we hold out for this final few minutes? We'll shout some pride. Oh no, cancel that. Praise. Just at the wrong time, look. Instructions would do that. We'll drop our tempo right down. Can we see out the final few minutes now? We have. What a debut for Andrews. Now it's just a case of fingers crossed we can get rid of some. Oh, that was the only game played so far. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 players made their debut in that game, but Andrews, 2 goals on his debut. He had 10 before, so fingers crossed he smashes the 7 he got last season for Accrington. Hopefully he does that by the end of September, really. Right, our schedule is we have Bromley away, Maidenhead, Boreham. Let's see any of those. Bromley, Boreham, Maidenhead. None of those are any of the highlighted ones. So Forest Green, Harrogate and Southend are and perhaps York are the key ones. So we see Forest Green. So we'll be back for the Forest Green game. I'll get the others played off camera, and we'll see you there. Hopefully by then we'd have trimmed the squad of the 2 players I particularly want out, Steve Arnold and Timmy Davies, because they're on too much money for what they're offering us, and we might bring some players in. Right, we'll see you shortly. Here we go then. The game's been played. We've been quite decent. We did have a little poor run of 2 1-1 draws away at Boreham and at home against Rochdale, but we followed that with a 4-2 away win at Fylde, and that sets up nicely for the Forest Green game. So we currently sit top. We are 2 points clear. Solihull Moors and Forest Green, to be fair, both have games in hand, so we could be second. Should Solihull Moors win their game in hand. Of course, we've got Forest Green today, so if we lose, they will almost go above us, depending on the result. And if we beat them, it takes their game in hand against us, away from them. So transfer-wise, we have done a little bit more. We have brought in, the loanees have all turned up. So we have a midfielder in Jack Wells Morrison, who is probably a better centre midfielder than he is a defensive midfielder. But we've brought him. Their preferred options would be for him to be as defensive midfielder or a deep line playmaker. So that is how we're playing him. We've brought in Tom Davies. He is a left wing back. He's better as a complete wing back than he is a wing back. But again, our instructions are defensive. A left back as a wing back. So that's where he's playing. Next in through the door was Chris Donnell. He is a utility man. This is a bit of an problem. They want him to be a midfielder with a deep line playmaker. Not sure we can get him in there. And then we've also brought in Finn Tonks. So it's not an ideal one, this. It was just a case if we needed cover. He's come in. He's costing us nothing from Bournemouth. He's in the last year of his contract. But he does have huge amounts of potential. So it's one of those. We've brought him in. We'll give him some game time, rotate him in and out, and fingers crossed we can sign him at the end of the season, if he turns out to be any good, of course. Right, I'll get the team picked, and we'll have our home game against Forest Green. And here's our team then. It's Foster in goal. French, Muller, Grimes and Davis make up the back four. Wells Morrison sits in front with Williamson and O'Reilly completing the midfield three. Coley is on the right, Miller's on the left, and Andrews is our striker for the day. Andrews has gone off the boil a bit. He did pick up a knock, so he hasn't been playing every game. We are rotating a bit, and Troy Deeney is still a Forest Green player. Here's Miller then. Todd Miller, the man who came in from Wellston. He shoots and it's gone high wide, not very handsome. We've had 3 shots, 2 on target, can't be bad. Brad Foster knocks the ball out wide to Davies. Davies hugging the touchline. He's past halfway. He's going to lay the ball off to Miller. He's back to Davies. Back to Miller. Miller, can he get to the byline and cross? He can. Andrews with a bicycle kick. I think it would have been better off just trying to leap and head the ball in, but what an effort. That's quite spectacular. Not often you see bicycle kicks, so yeah, I'm glad we're recording this one. But at half time, it is goalless. We've been the better side, certainly, and that's what we'll tell the team. Josh Andrews, a 6.4, not ideal. We'll give him 10 minutes or so, and then perhaps we'll change it up with either Timmy or Ethan Wheatley. So the players that I did want to get out, I haven't managed to get out. We have loaned a couple of the youngsters out. That frees up a bit of wages, but not the kind of players we wanted out the door. It's part of it's my fault. Timmy Davis has got this yearly wage rise, which hasn't given him much hope. He's now on 1,500 quid a week, and that's just too much for this level. And Troy Deeney, with his 5th goal of the season, tucks it away. From going from being in control of this game, we are now behind and having to chase it, which isn't ideal. Coley's not playing particularly well. We've got Missing on the bench as well, so we'll make a double change. See if we can get anything from this game now. Williamson with the ball. I thought it might be a substitution highlight. Let's get it over and done with. Let's shout and demand more. Let's go positive. It's hugely frustrating. They've had 4 shots, 3 on target, and managed to score. We've had a bicycle kick that's been the highlight of our half and our efforts, and that's it. And here they come again. They're coming in from the right, inside, and no, it's not a penalty. I was expecting that to be a penalty. Not the greatest of balls from Wales Morrison. O'Reilly gets his foot in, but it's still all forest green. Here's Jenks with the no. Foster manages to save that one. McCann for forest green then. A deep cross. It's cleared by Grimes. Miller gets it. He's running with the ball. He's one that's recently back from injury. Oh, his deflected cross was picked up by Watts, and yeah, 1.44 XG. Says everything really, doesn't it? Right, let's fuck them up. We've got one last sub to make, 10 minutes to go. We'll get Jenks on. He can become our defensive midfielder. Can he be a play? Not really. We'll go Ingance for him. We'll go attack him. And it just appears that Forest Green are right in this game now, missing. Gets the ball out. Wheatley and Miller try to play it about, missing now, onto the ball, loses out, but French wins it. Wheatley, oh, Ethan Wheatley at the far post. Gets his head on it, the keeper makes a fine save. Missing with not a great control, but with sliding tackles, the ball's fallen to French. Wheatley's up with Josh Andrews on the field. He would have powered in a thunderous header, but Ethan Wheatley does manage to get his head on it. It beats the keeper. And now can Brad Foster build something from the back to Grimes. Inside to Williamson, who manages to knock it to O'Reilly. O'Reilly going down the right. Ball's back with French. French down the line to Missing. Missing now, what can he do? Gets to the byline, centres the ball, and Wheatley again. That's his 3rd of the season, 2nd in the game. And we've turned what has been a poor performance in front of the goal and losing 2-1 into losing 1-0 into a 2-1 lead. You know what? We'll just drop off the intensity a little bit. Try and waste a bit of time. 6 minutes to survive. Wheatley's still got a chance to get a hat-trick. Ball's over the top for Troy Deeney. Deeney now. Thunderous strike, is it? No, he's got to the byline. Grimes tries to dispossess him. The ball remains with Forest Green, but there's a huge clearance. It's picked up by the Forest Green defender. He sends it in, and Deeney adds his 2nd of the game. Right, we'll go attacking again. I don't care. We'll take the time wasting off. That didn't work. Frustration. Troy Deeney has been the difference in this match. And there we have it. We were unlucky today. We came up against a Troy Deeney-led Forest Green. The 36-year-old has no pace, but still plenty of ability. He scored 19 goals at this level last year. I don't even know who manages Forest Green. I didn't pay any attention to that. Where is Forest? Shannon Ruth. There we go. Whoever that Shannon Ruth is. Former Brighton assistant under-21 manager and under-21s manager. He's been at Forest Green since 23, so similar time to me. Right, there we have it. We currently sit top, but obviously there's a couple of teams that can, one that can definitely leapfrog us with Solihull Wolves. They're same number of points now with a game in hand. Forest Green would need to win by 7 goals to jump above us. So we've had a little bit of a poor run, but we're 8 games unbeaten. We started the season well. Just now need to see when we got Solihull Moors. Not far away, so we might do Solihull and Southport. Double for the next episode. Right, thanks for watching. Until then, ta-da.